أعوذ بالله السميع العليم البصير من الشيطان الرجيم من حمسه ونفخه ونفثه. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا وحبيبنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. بجاه سنقرؤك فلا تنسى إلا ما شاء الله، إنه يعلم الجهر وما يخفى. يا معلم آدم علمنا، ويا مفهم سليمان فهمنا. يا معلم آدم علمنا، ويا مفهم سليمان فهمنا. يا معلم آدم علمنا، ويا مفهم سليمان فهمنا. بكرامة وعلمك ما لم تكن تعلم، وكان فضل الله عليك عظيما. اللهم إنا نسألك أن تفتح علينا فتوح العارفين بحكمتك، وتنشر علينا وقايتك العظمى ونعمتك الكبرى ورحمتك الواسعة، وتعلمنا ما جهلنا، وتفهمنا ما درسنا ودرسنا، وتذكرنا ما نسينا أو نسينا، وتنفعنا بما علمتنا، وتبارك لنا في علمنا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. بكرامة من أرسلته رحمة للعالمين محمد ابن عبد الله وآله وصحبه أجمعين، آمين. وبعد. المستمعين الكريم الأفاضل، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. A very good moment to every one of you where you are watching this and whenever you come across this. In continuation with our spiritual delicacies, the Friday Jum'ah Delicacies, so this is the continuation. However, this is going to be a repetition of the 24th Muharram 1444, Friday 24th Muharram 1444, equivalent to 11 August 2023 episode and aphorism, because I realized much later after replaying the recordings that the voice and the recording was skipping. Okay, and that has not been made the recording so enjoyable to those who have accessed it. And hence the reason for the quick repetition and replacement of those two aphorisms, aphorism number 45 and aphorism number 46. And after this, then we will continue as normal with the other subsequent 2 Fridays, inshallah, that we have missed also. So without further ado, I go directly to the aphorisms that we are going to be treating today, inshallah. I pray subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide us. So first and foremost, before we continue, we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as required, and we glorify him, we adore him. We ask him to further shower his mercy and blessings in abundance upon the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his households, companions, and followers until the day of reckoning. So This is, we're going to treat two aphorisms because in the defunct recordings, we treated two aphorisms. That is aphorism number 45 and aphorism number 46. So we are going to do justice to them, inshallah, by repeating and reversing what we have said as much as we could, inshallah. The aphorism goes thus: we are going to read the text, then give the, see whether there are some words that call for attention. Then we give the literal translation, followed by conceptual meaning and messages in the aphorism. And we end it by the interpretation of Sheikh Abdul Majid Al-Sharnobi. So for those who are seeing and coming across this recording for the first time, so we are reading the Hikam AtaiLlahi, Ibn AtaiLlahi Al-Sakandari. So we are reading from it, the spiritual aphorisms of AtaiLlahi Al-Sakandari. So we started in Ramadan, and we after Ramadan we shifted to Friday Delicacies. So now this is the aphorism number 45 and aphorism number 46 treated in this recording, inshallah. So I'm reading the aphorism number 45 and 46 as presented, inshallah. Ma qalla amalun baraza min qalbin zahidin wala kathura amalun baraza min qalbin raghibin. Again, aphorism number 45 reads as thus: Ma qalla amalun baraza min qalbin zahidin wala kathura amalun baraza min qalbin raghibin. Now we go to read aphorism number 46 because we are going to treat the two together. Aphorism number 46 reads as thus: Usnul a'mali nata'iju usnil ahwali wa husnul ahwali min at-tahaqquqi fi maqamatil injali. Once again, aphorism number 46. Husnul a'mali nata'iju husnil ahwali wa husnul ahwali min at-tahaqquqi fi maqamatil injali. Now, both aphorism number 45 and number 46 are closely connected in context and in meaning. Because in aphorism number 45, it is talking, as we are going to see later, about the two states of the heart. Why aphorism number 46 further clarifies the products, the proceeds of the deeds that come from both two hearts that aphorism number 45 is discussing. Now, before we go into the detail, so let's look at some words that call for attention. Number one is qalla. Qalla is we can see the lam is muda'af. Okay, so it is taken from qalil. Qalil, which is little. Okay, amalun, it could also mean failun. Okay, harakatun. Okay, deeds, works. Baraza, so zohara. Baraza, yani zohara, yani ata or akhraja. Okay, prevail or surfacing, coming out. Qalbin, we know what is qalbu already, so that is heart. Now, the connection of this qalbi to zahid is what we need here. Qalbun zahidun, or qalbu zahid. The heart of an agnostic person, the heart of an abstinent person, or we call it in the nakra form, qalbin zahidin, an abstinent heart, an abstinent heart, an abstinent heart, that is a renouncing heart, a renouncing heart, the heart that renounces the worldly matters. Now, kathura is the opposite of kolla, kollala, kathura. Okay, it is taken from kathir, many, plenty. Amal is the same thing, baras is the same thing. Then what we have here is qalbin raghib. Okay, qalbin raghibin. So that is an avid heart. Avid heart is an heart that is mongerous, a mongerous heart, a heart that is diverted wholly onto the materiality. So that is, those are the words that we find calling for attention in aphorism number 45. Now, in aphorism number 46, we have words such as usnul amal. So that is a compound now. So good deeds, good deeds. Usnul amal yani tayyibul amal, tayyibul amal. So goods, deeds that are good. Nata'ij is the plural form of natija. Natija meaning proceed, result. Okay, the result. Usnul ahwal is also a compound noun. Okay, so al-ahwal is the plural form of al-halu, a state of the a state or a condition, a state or a condition or a level or a status. Okay, another one is at-tahakkuku, at-tahakkuku. So realization, yani at-tafahumu, the clear understanding. Now, the next word in aphorism number 46, of course, the last, is maqamatul inzal. Maqamat is the plural form of maqama, which is the stage, the category. Al-inzal here, so that is the descension of yani inzal, nuzul, the descension of the divine message, divine knowledge. Okay, so now those are the words that call for attention. Now we go into the literal translation of both aphorisms. Now, first literal translation of aphorism number 45. Ma qalla amalun baraza min qalbin zahidin. It cannot be littered. Okay, it is not little, it is not small. Any deed that comes out from a renouncing heart, any deed, okay, amalun, yani kullu amalin, baraza min qalbin zahidin ma qalla. All forms of deeds that comes from a renouncing heart, from an abstinent heart, cannot be regarded as a little deed or a small deed. It cannot be commonized. It cannot be trivialized. وَلَا كَثُرَ عَمَلٌ بَرَزَ مِنْ قَلْبٍ رَغِبٍ. And at the same time, it cannot be taken as much. It cannot be considered as a lot. Amalun baraza min qalbin raghibin. Any form of deeds that comes out from an avid heart. An avid heart is an avaricious heart. Avaricious heart, that is a mongerous heart. So you need to say, kullu amalun baraza min qalbin raghibin la kathura. So all forms of deeds that generate from an avaricious heart, a mongerous heart, is not considered as a lot of deed. Why? It is based on the intention behind that kind of deeds. Okay, so because then we go to the literal translation of aphorism number 46 because they are closely connected. Because husnul amali nata'iju husnul ahwal. Good deeds, okay, that comes from the qalbin zahidin, that comes from an abstinent heart, the good deeds that comes through them are the products and the proceeds of husnul ahwal, the good status and condition of the heart. Ahwalu here, that is ahwalul qalb. Okay, so wa husnul ahwali, and good deeds, good states of the heart, minat tahakkuki, it also comes from the realization that we get and we gain fi maqamatil inzali, through the category of the divine knowledge that we have from Allah. So it means all forms of deeds and action that comes from a renouncing heart cannot be considered as little deeds because they are the proceeds of the good status of the heart, which in turn is the proceed of the realization of the ilmul ladunni, the divine knowledge from God. So even if such a deed is considered little materially or phenomenally, so in reality, it is actually not little and not small. On the other hand, all forms of deed that comes from an avid heart, a mongorous heart, an avaricious heart, cannot be considered as much because kubuhul amali, so the bad deeds that generate from such a heart is also nata'iju kubuhil ahwal. It's also a proceed of the bad status and status of the heart, which also is generated from the bad status and bad realization of the evil knowledge. So that is why the two aphorisms should be treated together. Now, those are the literal translations. Now we go to the conceptual meaning. Now in aphorism number 45, we have two states of heart. One is mahmuda and the other one is madhmuma. One is praiseworthy and the other one is blameworthy. So one of them is good, the other is not good. So the first state of the heart is qalbun zahid, qalbun zahidun, which belongs to al-zahid, al-abdu zahid. So the other one is qalbun raghibun, which belongs to al-abdu raghibu fi hayati dunya, fi amti'at al-hayat. So the first state of heart is the abstinent heart, the renouncing heart, the always awareing heart that belongs to agnostic, that belongs to an abstinent person. So the other heart is the mongorous heart that belongs to a monger person. So this aphorism number 45 is focusing on the status of deeds, the volume of the actions that is performed based on the foundation and the intention behind the deed. So if the foundation is good, the deed that sprouts from that foundation will also be good. And however voluminous it is not trivialized. It is not a small deed. It is not little. We cannot belittle it. Okay? And on the other hand, if the foundation for the work is wrong, is bad, is evil, then whatever action or deed that comes from it will not yield good results. So here it is an instruction that we should keep our mind, our heart, as pure as required, and our intention as pure as we can. We should avoid and distance ourselves and our heart from pollution of materialities, so that our intentions behind our heart, our work, will be in accordance with the wish of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, ma qalla amalun baraza min qalbin zahid. Any action that is done, that is performed, okay, by a renouncing heart cannot be trivialized, even when materially compared to the ones that come from the other side, the opposite heart, okay, materially considered small or little, it is still in the sight of Allah great. Okay, while on the other hand, if our deeds are based on wrong foundation with wrong intention, it goes haba and manthura. It goes by the wind. It blows away by the wind. It has no benefit. Because of three states. Husnul ahwal, okay, that is husnul amal, husnul ahwal, and maqamatu al-inzal, yani at-tahakkuk fi maqamat al-inzal. That is husnul tahqiq, if we can say that. So because the reason why we need to purify our heart and judge our intention is because of the three states. Number one is the product of the product. So the product that comes from our thought, that is attached to our intention. So when it is out physically, phenomenally, it shows the state of our heart, how sound and well our heart is. And the soundness of the state of our heart is also from the it depicts and shows the kind of background awareness that we have. Are we close to Allah? Are we working in accordance with the knowledge of Allah or on the knowledge of other things? So that is why purification of intention is important, and purification of heart is also important from all impurities. It is also necessary that we avoid pomposity, showing off, okay, hatred of others in anything that we do. Those are the conceptual messages and meanings therein. Now we go into the interpretation of Sheikh Abdul Majid Al-Sharnobi very quickly. He says, يعني أن الأمل الصادر من الزاهد في الدنيا كثير في المعنى وإن كان قليلا في السورة لسلامته من الآفات القادحة في قبوله من الرياح والتصنع للناس وطلب الأعراض الدنيوية. So he says, the meaning of that aphorism is that al-amalu sadir min al-zahid fi dunya, any deeds that comes from an abstinent person, okay, someone who abstains from materialities, from worldly glorification. Any work or any deed that comes from such a person, kathirun fil mana, in reality, it's a lot. It is multitude. It is rewarded in multiples. وَإِنْ كَانَ قَلِيلًا فِي السُّورَةِ, even though, although it might seem physically little and small. لِسَلَامَتِهِ مِنَ الْآفَاتِ الْقَادِحَةِ فِي قُبُولِهِ مِنَ الرِّجَالِ. So because, however small it seems to be, it is pure. It is pure and free of all defections that may affect its acceptance. So what are those afatul qadiha? So what are those defections that could affect its acceptance? Example of that is ariya, showing off. Number 2, at-tasannu linnas, working because of people, working for people's sake. وَطَلَبُ الْأَعْرَاضِ الدُّنْيَوِيَّةِ, and seeking worldly materials as reward for what we do. So, for this, because it is free of all these defections, so it is kathirun fil mana. It is in reality a lot. So this is different from as-sadiru min ar-raghib fiha. Unlike the work and deeds that comes from an avid heart, okay, an avaricious person, someone who is a monger on the materialities. فَإِنَّهُ عَلَى الْعَكْسِ مِنْ ذَلِكَ, because the intention and the work that comes from him will be considered as little or as even nothing, because it is attached to all defections that will affect its acceptance. So it is based on riyah, it is based on showing off to people because of people, and it is based on seeking the material reward. وَقَدْ شَكَى بَعْضُ النَّاسِ لِرَجُلٍ مِنَ الصَّالِحِينَ أَنَّهُ يَعْمَلُ أَعْمَالَ الْبِرِّ وَلَا يَجِدُ لَهَا حَلَاوَةً فِي قَلْبِهِ. Someone complained about not feeling the effects of his good deeds in his heart. So he does good deeds, but he doesn't have the feeling in his heart that he is doing good deeds. It is not showing, it's not reflecting in him. فَقَالَ لِأَنَّ عِنْدَكَ بِنْتَ إِبْلِيسٌ. So the person who he went to, okay, a scholar that he went to complain to, responded to him by saying, the reason why you are not seeing or feeling the effects of the good deeds that you do in your heart is because لِأَنَّ عِنْدَكَ بِنْتَ إِبْلِيسٌ, because The daughter of Iblis is living with you, is inside your heart. What is daughter of Iblis? That is a dunya. Dunya. The world, the whole world is living with you. And what concerns the whole world and Iblis? Because the whole world is the daughter of Iblis, is the daughter of Iblis. Okay? And the father is Iblis, the daughter is Adunia. So the father has unvetted right to visit his daughter anytime he wishes. Okay? Wala budda lil ab an yazura ibnatahu fi baytiha. So the father can visit his daughter in her house anytime. So Iblis can visit your heart because the dunya is inside your heart. And that is why you cannot feel the effect of the good deeds that you do. وَلَا يُؤَثِّرُ دُخُولُهُ إِلَّا فَسَادًا. And when Iblis enters that house, which is your qalbu, which is your heart, the influence that it brings to it is pollution, corruption. Okay? That is why you are not feeling the effect of the good deeds. So then, because ثم أشار إلى ما هو كالدليل لذلك, then that is also because, okay, أن الأعمال الحسنة إنما هي نتائج الأهوال الحسنة القائمة بالقلب من الزهد في الدنيا والإخلاص لله تعالى لا لطلب حظ عاجل ولا ثواب آجل. So because al-amalul hasana as-soliha, good deeds and good works, okay, good acts, al-amalul hasana innama hiya nata'ijul ahwalil hasana al-qa'ima bil qalbi. The good deeds that comes from the azahid are the products of al-ahwalul hasana, of the good status and good states and conditions that are inside the heart of the person, of a zahid, min az-zuhdi fi dunya, because there is abstinence from materialities in the heart of a zahid. Wal ikhlasu lillahi ta'ala, there is sincerity of intention, okay, in the heart of an abstinent person. Okay, so the work that he does sprouts from the good state of his heart. La litolabi hazin ajilin. He is not doing what he does because for the sake of a temporary reward. The temporary reward is the one that we get from dunya. Wala thawabin ajil. And on the other hand, he's also not doing it because of a permanent reward. That is, a future reward in the akhirah. He is doing it purely for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not for the sake of getting any material reward or immaterial reward. So, وَحُسْنُ الْأَحْوَالِ نَاشِئٌ مِنَ التَّحَقُّقِ. So, the good state of the heart also is a product, okay, is a proceed of realization of Allah's knowledge. That is, at-tamakkunu fi maqamatil inzal, the presence of the heart in the state of maqamatil inzal, the connection of the heart, the relationship of the heart to the revelation, the revealed knowledge of Allah. the realization of Allah. أي مقامات التي تنزل في قلوب العارفين. So the states of knowledge, okay, revealed knowledge that is showered in the heart of the Gnostics one. وهي كناية عن المعارف الإلهية. So this is an euphemism. So this is similar to this is another word for the divine knowledge. التي يريدها الله تعالى على قلوبهم, that Allah shows in the heart of the Zahid, فتكون سببا في رفع الدعوة. So this will be a means and a factor, okay, a factor في رفع الدعوة وعدم التعلق بغير المولى. So in the ascension of their prayers and supplications and lack of their inducement with other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وهذه الثلاثة المذكورة مرتب بعضها على بعض. So these three states that we mentioned, number one, al-amalu salihah, al-amalu al-hasana. Number two, husnul ahwal, al-ahwal al-hasana. Number three, the maqamatul inzal, which is al-ma'ariful ilahiyya. So these three, they are closely connected to each other. Okay. وبهذا اتضح قول الإمام الغزالي. So this is in explanation of the in clarification of Imam al-Ghazali's statement in his Ihya Ulumuddin, when he says لا بد في كل مقام من مقامات اليقين من علم وحال وعمل. So Imam al-Ghazali says, in all states of the certainty, in all states of the heart, there must be three things. Okay? لا بد في كل مقام من مقامات اليقين. In each of the states of the certainty, there must be three realizations. We must be able to realize three things. Number one, knowledge, ilmu. Number two, hal, the good state of the heart. Then number three, amal, the deeds, the products. فالعلم ينتج الحال والحال ينتج العمل. The knowledge of Allah, al-ma'arif al-ilahiyya, we give birth, we produce al-halul asan, good states of the heart. And al-halul asan, the good state of the heart, yuntijul amala soliha, will give birth and produce good deeds. Okay, so this is the interpretation of Sheikh Abdul Majid Ash-Sharnobi rahimahullah. And here is where we stop with the aphorism, the explanation of aphorism 45 and 46 as a replacement for the previous Friday, which was Friday 24th Muharram 1445, equivalent to the 11th of August 2023. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to further guide us and to show His mercy on us, to direct our affairs with His divine direction. Innahu ala dhalika qadir wa bil ijabati jadir, ni'mal mawla wa ni'mal nasir. I place myself and everyone seeing this and watching this later under the protection of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in whose protection nothing is lost and missed. أستودعكم ونفسي في رعاية الله الذي لا يضيع ودائعه والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.